Welcome to the Intelight tutorial 108. This tutorial covers the flashing yellow arrow in max time. Although we have a number of databases with flashing yellow arrow in, this tutorial will show you how to program it from scratch. So let's dive. In max time, the flashing yellow arrow is an overlap. So we'll go to overlap configuration and we will drop down and we will select the flashing yellow arrow. The included phase is the permissive phase, so we'll put phase 2 in, and the modifier phase is the protected phase, phase 1. So for this overlap to be true, phase 2 has to be on and phase 1 has to be off. We simply turn flashing on, and while we're here, we're going to add a 6-second delay. So this gives us some red time or stopping power so people can stop and think about it before they go too permissively through the intersection. You don't have to use the delay. It's optional, and we put a description on it. And that's all there is to programming a flashing yellow arrow. Now that we've got the flashing yellow arrow program, let's go to Advanced I/O and channel configuration and make sure that we have a overlap 1 program to come out on a load switch. We won't get a flashing yellow arrow if we don't have an output. So we put it here on channel 13. So now that we have the overlap was already programmed in there, or if not, I would have dropped down and selected overlap in 1. So what I like to do when I'm testing my overlaps is to watch my phases and my channel status at the same time. So I open up the channel status in a separate window. Pops up here so I can see what my load switches are doing and what my phases are doing. So I'll resize it a little bit so you can see both. So right now we're in phase 1, and you'll notice that channel 13 is dark. That's because the solid green arrow is on. So when it completes the solid green arrow, it's going to go to yellow, and both the phase 1 yellow and the overlap yellow are tied together. Now we're in phase 2, and the overlap will start 6 seconds later. So after 6 seconds, we now have the flashing yellow arrow, which is the green output. So we can simply take the green output of this overlap and wire it to the flashing yellow arrow signal, and the flashing yellow arrow is complete. However, we may want to bring it out a PED yellow, so often called the compact version. So we're going to do one where we move the phase to the PED yellow and the overlap to the phase. To do the compact version, all we're going to do is change the I/O logic. There's no change in the flashing yellow arrow programming, but we're going to change where it comes out. So I'm going to move the overlap to load switch 1, where phase 1 was, and I'm going to move vehicle phase 1 to channel 13. So I've reversed those two. Then I simply go to my cabinet configuration and go to my outputs. And in our case, we've got a 12 position load bay, so there is no channel 13, but it's logical, so the timers are running. So we go to the second page, and this pin 34, we're going to make it a green driver for channel 13. So this is the PED yellow wire for phase 2 PED yellow. We hit apply, and now we have the compact version. The solid green arrow is going to be on the PED yellow, and the flashing yellow arrow is going to be on the load switch 1 green. So we're going to go to our channel status, and then we're going to bring in our inputs and outputs. So we'll open that in a different window so we can see pin 34 output come on and off with our channel logic. So we'll resize this a little bit so we can see both at the same time. And I need to go to the next to get at pin 34. Oh, I must have did inputs instead of outputs. So scroll down and go next. So what we're looking for is pin 34, which is wired to phase 2 PED yellow. Come on when channel 13 green. So it comes on. That's really what the compact version does. So we're going to be looking at this particular output pin coming on when channel 13 green is on up here. So in this case, that channel 13 is like a virtual channel. There's no load switch output. We're redirecting it to a PED yellow. So right now we're in phases 4 and 8. We're waiting to come around so we can watch this. So we clear 4 and 8, and phase 1 will come on. Notice that pin 34 is on, channel 13 logical output is on, and we have our solid green arrow. This will time out when phase 1 times out, and it will go to yellow. And notice that the yellow of phase 1, channel 13 and channel 1 are both on at the same time. 2 and 6 come up, and 6 seconds later we start getting the flashing yellow arrow. Thank you for watching this tutorial with me on the flashing yellow arrow in max time. Stay tuned for additional flashing yellow arrow videos where we go in and we apply overlap omits to make it restrictive so we can block the flashing yellow arrow when the pad is up or other conditions. Hope to see you then. Thanks. Bye.